reina de la noche, la diosa del mundo. Yo no pude salvarte, podrás salvarte.
All right, welcome back to the Central Valley Buzz. Have you guys entered for that free food from Watts Family Barbecue yet? You should. It's delicious, and we're giving away free food every day this April. Our next guest, good friend of mine, all the way from downtown Fresno. Let's bring in Tony Martin. Tony, how's it
Chuck,
going,
how
man?
are you, man?
Very good to see you.
Glad to be on your show.
Yeah, it's been too long.
It has been.
Now, the fact is that you finally have some time to do it.
I do.
So, back full time, Fulton 55.
I am. I do work at Fulton 55. I'm also starting up a new company with an old partner, management company. We
For the bands?
For artists, yeah.
Excellent.
We have one artist up in San Francisco called Monophonics, and matter of fact, I'm supposed to be there Wednesday. Contrary to popular belief, I am a Dodger fan, and
But you're going to go to a nice stadum and go to San Francisco,
I
right?
am going to go to AT&T
Yeah.
Park on Friday night.
You're going to go there just to dream on how nice it could be.
Yeah, right.
All right, so I was excited about the Fulton 55 thing, but this management thing sounds cool. There's not many people in town that I would say, that's the guy to go to. But you've been doing this for so long.
I've been in the music business a long time, and my partner up in the Bay Area is my old boss from Lake Tahoe back in the 90s. I worked for his company called the Tahoe Agency. We represented bands like Blink-182, Sublime, Cherry Poppin' Daddies. He'd been out of the business for a long time now, since 2000, and last year he reached me and said, hey, I want to get back in.
Because it's in his blood.
It is.
Right, yeah.
Once it's in, it's in. I've been doing this since '88, and I've tried to get away a few times, and it's like Fresno, man. If you move away, it sucks you back in.
Now, tell me, in 1988, what got you into the music business?
Oh, you really want to hear this story?
It had to be a bad hairstyle, right?
Back in college, I managed a pizza parlor by Fresno State.
Which one?
Pizza Express.
Okay.
And one of my drivers kept playing this tape, and I kept asking him, what is this that you're listening to? He goes, this is my band. I said, well, dude, your band sucks. This is terrible. And he's like, well, what do you know about music? I said, I know what's good and I know what's bad, and this is just terrible. And so we went on for about a couple weeks, and then finally he said, hey, my band's playing at the Wild Blue tonight. You should come check us out.
The Wild Blue.
Yeah, no doubt, huh? And I'm like, well, where's the Wild Blue? And then he's like, well, it's in the Tower District. I'm like, well, where's the Tower District?
Uh-oh.
Because I'd been in Fresno at that point for about 4.5 years and had never been to the Tower District.
Where were you hanging out at
Fresno
that point?
State. I came here to go to school at
Okay.
Fresno State. And so I went and saw the band that night, and they were phenomenal. And I told them, if you guys are really good, I'll manage you. And that's how I got my start in the music business.
And who was the band?
Black Fry.
Oh.
Mr. Jeff Logan.
Yeah, was Jeff your employee at the time?
He was.
Nice.
He was a great driver.
Excellent.
And he did have a really incredible band.
So you started managing the band, but then all of a sudden, as I remember, you start managing venues.
Well,
when was it that you got to Club Fred?
Well, we opened Club Fred was the day after Christmas, 1991. I had worked with Fred for about a year before that, tearing down the old Ole and putting Club Fred as
Is
people
this when
knew
the
it.
expansion happened?
Exactly.
When it went from one sliver to what it is today?
I think Fred had an inkling that the Ole was going out, so he rented that one space next to it. And then when they did get booted out, he took over the whole building.
Nice.
And I had the pleasure of tearing down that old restroom there at the Ole,
Right.
and tearing down that wall between the rehearsal spot and the old Ole.
Right.
So
That's cool.
Great stuff, good history.
And what are some of the bands that you brought through then? Because
Back at Club Fred?
it went from like local venue to like, wait a minute, there's some touring stuff happening over here.
Well, we always, even at Fulton 55, locals are very important to us, and we try to do what we can to do local shows, or at least feature local bands on touring shows. because we're nothing without our local artists, and we have a tremendous amount of incredible local artists, and I've seen a bunch of them on your show.
Yeah, I try.
Good job, Chuck. Good job.
I'll tell you, I think that's one of the things that that the people from out of Fresno, that what I hear the most, because we're broadcasting from I think almost like Delano to Modesto, and people are like, "Gosh, and where do you find all this music?" I'm like, honestly, they come to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous the amount of people that contact me. I have never heard of them, and then they're just like the best,
Well, there are a tremendous amount of local musicians that are world class. I saw Jimmy O here, about a week ago or so. That guy's phenomenal.
Amazing.
And he's like a little secret.
Right.
That most Fresnans don't know. But they ought to come see the guy. He's
don't see many people, whether he's solo or in a band, just throw his heart on the stage every time.
And I see another one of your regulars, Jamie, who the guy is phenomenal live. One of the best shows I see locally. I'll go see
definitely
him. I'll go see him at another venue if he's in town.
Definitely,
you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be at my place.
I know that Wednesday night you guys have Nicky Bloom.
Nicky Bloom.
And the Cramblers coming through. Pretty big show. And I get the feeling that there's a lot of people in Fresno that don't know how great of a show is coming.
Nicky Bloom, she played here just over a year ago, almost sold out the room, almost 500 tickets. Ticket sales took a real big jump over the weekend, so get your tickets now, folks. Ted Nunes and Richfield are opening. Another great local band.
And a great guy, too. I gotta say, I love Ted Nunes.
Ted's a great guy. And, so Nicky's coming in. We have the California Honey Drops on Thursday.
Ooh. So that Wednesday and Thursday.
And, even tomorrow night we have, for anybody out there who wants to learn how to bachata and salsa dance, we have lessons and
have you done it?
I'm close.
With that heavy sigh, you're close to what? Trying it in public?
Yeah, exactly. We had this discussion last night. I have no rhythm. I'm a frustrated musician, and I can't even snap in time. I'm like Steve Martin on The Jerk. But I keep saying I'm going to do it. I probably will tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what other big shows are coming up?
Oh, geez. We're pretty blessed with the people and the connections that we have and some of the shows that we get. Like Saturday night's Faster Pussycat for all the metalheads.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that show's selling well.
Didn't you just have the Bullet Boys were over
they're
there?
They're coming in.
They're coming soon.
Yeah, they're coming in May.
Great.
Angry Samoans on Friday, Bullet Boys on Saturday.
What do you mean Angry Samoans?
Do you know who?
No, I don't.
Oh, great old school punk band. It's going to be a great punk rock show.
Well, now we've talked about dancing, Spanish dance.
Uh-huh.
We've talked about punk bands. We've talked about Nicky Bloom. You guys are covering a lot of different things.
Fresno's a big city, and there's a lot of different musical tastes, and we try to touch on a little bit of everything. We've done folk music, we've done straight up metal, rock. We just had Death Alley Motor Cult's final farewell show, which was a blast. That was a good time.
Loud.
Not as loud as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
My ears were not ringing the next morning. So we do hip hop. We do a little bit of everything, and we're really big on people hit us up for fundraisers. We love doing them. Anything to help locally, we're all about that.
Now let's get back to the management company, Tony.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
looking for new bands?
Right now, we just want to take care of monophonics.
What kind of music is that?
The classification I keep hearing, which I really like, is psychedelic soul.
I like that too.
Yeah. Think of Tower of the Power in 2014. They're kind of an updated version of Tower Power horn band. San Francisco Giants just picked up their song and are featuring them and their music in all their advertising this year. So if I can make it to San Francisco on Wednesday, the Giants will be in our studio filming them record, and then Friday night's game, which I believe is against the Indians, They're going to be airing a lot of segments between innings, playing
Up
their
on the
music.
Diamond Vision?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I was warned not to bring any Dodger stuff, so...
I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. I was at a Giant Dodger game one time. The worst thing I ever saw at a Giant Dodger game was two 15, 16-year-old Giant fans sitting right in front of two 40-ish Dodger fans. And okay. So they're going back and forth all game. Like, every time the Giants do something good, the Giants kids will go back and go, ah! And every time the Dodgers do something good, they look at the kids and, ah! But the difference is that the kids were drinking Pepsi,
right,
and the guys were drinking beer. So as the game progressed, the from the adults got a little bit more involved, to where by the 8th inning or so, I believe it was the 8th inning, one of the guys takes a beer and pours it over the kid's head.
That's not cool.
No, not cool at all.
Yeah, it was. No, what it was a mountain of people on top of these two guys. Like the security never even came.
Right.
It was just like they got instant justice right there.
Street justice.
A majority of my friends obviously are Giants fans on Facebook, and we have fun. We have fun with the rivalry.
People get serious, though.
But the whole violent thing and people beating up each other for wearing the wrong shirt is so stupid. And violence isn't the answer, folks.
Music is.
Music is a good answer. Peace and love and harmony and all that. But it's fun and it's a blast, and we have a good time with it. And if somebody takes it a step too far and gets personal, I'll just send them a personal message. Hey, my kids read this stuff, and
right.
Is there a need for that?
Are you really friends with your kids on Facebook?
I love my kids.
But I love mine, but they won't friend me on Facebook.
Well, that was a caveat. If you want to join these things, I have to be one of your friends so we can monitor your stuff. Even though I'm in the music business, I feel I'm a really cool father, and I care about my kids and what they're doing and who they're seeing and who they're hanging out with.
As well you should.
And it's important, and I can honestly say, Allie and Jacob, if you're watching, I love you guys. They're incredible kids. I'm totally blessed to have such incredible children.
They had a good start, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
I appreciate that.
Now, big show on Wednesday night. Nikki Bloom and the Gramblers. I recommend it. I'm going to be there. Tony Martin, thanks for coming, buddy.
You bet, Chuck.
All right, you dance?
Hey, this guy's
Let's see
great.
how you dance.